What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Wednesday, July 18th, 2018. And Justin Wise would like to hear my take on Jesus. To him, it seems Jesus is clearly the Son personified, and his gang simply killed a man by the numbers to represent celestial events. Which, if you understand the story of Jesus, that's exactly what's going on. And it's all by the numbers. And he hates not knowing, and I hate not knowing as well, but I will start this video off with saying, and I know Zachary Hubbard said something similar, like, I'm born in 91, Jesus Christ, born 4 BC. All I know about him is all I know about him. It's all, either what you can gather from the Bible, from other things, gather from the propaganda put out about him, which we're about to look through. This is all propaganda about Jesus Christ. Look what it looks like. This hippie-looking fellow trying to paint you as Jesus. This is just a personification. Effectively, another actor for the federal government making you believe that Jesus was this white man with a beard. I mean, come on. No, Jesus Christ was a black man. Skin of bronze, hair of wool, like all the Jews, the real Jews back then. So we're going to talk about Jesus Christ, the King of the Jews, the Jewish preacher and religious leader. See how a lot of this is by the numbers, and to go with how he's parallel with the sun and the eclipse. It's very clear that the killing of Jesus is their favorite ritual by the code. Very true. They have so much propaganda. I mean, we were all able to understand that LeBron James was going to lose at 33 and move to a team. We all knew this. Every single person knew this. Just like how Wisconsin coming in with the 33 wins, I knew they're going to lose. All these Jesus Christ dying at 33 rituals. Solomon, Moses, these are all black names. Yes, because these are black people. And the federal government over time, and Justin knows all this as well, federal government over time, has depicted as white for marketing purposes, because Rome is one big marketing organization. If you've seen Super Bowl commercials, that is Rome still marketing propaganda. This is Rome marketing propaganda, no different than a Super Bowl commercial, making you believe a bunch of bullshit that fits their agenda. So, notice how born in 4 BC, either died in 30 or 33. So he died at either 34 years or 37. Jesus Christ with the 12 disciples, the 12 constellations. So they're saying he died at 33. I mean, am I reading this correctly? 4 BC, 3, 2, 1. If I'm doing the math wrong, I'm sorry, but how am I looking at this math? 37 years, the 12 prime. We have Mr. 12 disciple right here, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ equals 74. Jesus equals 34. They're saying he died at 34. 30 AD, 4 BC. The number for murder, he was murdered. Murder 34. Killing 34. Of course, Jesus Christ is the Son. Pairing him with... Guys, the story of Jesus Christ from the federal government is a big Saturnian ritual by the numbers. Jesus Christ, the Son, the Keeper of Time, will come back again. Saturn, Keeper of Time, saying that at 30 or 33. The Sun, or Sun in Satanic Gematria, sums to, 159. We'll get there. But Saturn sums to 303. In Jewish Gematria, the Sun sums to 44333 in single reduction. The 443 is the 86 prime number, symbol 86. 30. Do you see how reversing the alphabetical order and reducing the sun sums to 30? We have the sun dying at 30 years old, 34 and 30 AD. The sun 30, Saturn 30, eclipse equals 33, dying during an eclipse. See? This is all a by the numbers propaganda story. I mean, who's been passing this story down? The Catholic Church. What do? Craft propaganda. The Catholic Church, according to the story, is Jesus' church. It's the first church built in the rock and all that. That's Jesus. So his church now is run by the Jesuit order, the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews. So you see how they're doing all by the numbers. I mean, that should be the cheat code right there. We're talking about the Jesus Christ, the Catholic Church. So it's already by the numbers propaganda. This is Wikipedia, so it's going to be all by the numbers propaganda. I mean, Mark 10:47, Luke 4:22. If you write out 42 in satanic imagery, you get 422. We're talking about eclipse 42, Saturn 42. So then we have satanic already up. You write out 42, you get 422. So that's why they give you Joseph's son, Luke 4:22. Joseph's son, 41 to 13th prime. Crucify equals 41, 104. Joseph's son, 140, 41. So I've kind of showed what I think about Jesus. Do I like Jesus? Do I like the story of Jesus and what he's about? Yeah, I strive to be like Jesus. Why do you think I'm sharing the truth? Trying my best to show the entire world what's going on. Guys, Jesus Christ is our pal. He warns everyone about the federal government. He says, watch out for those in the synagogues. Say they're Jews, but they're not. Watch out for the synagogue of Satan. Telling you in Revelation 3:9, he is warning you about the people who put on all this propaganda, the people who put on Wikipedia propaganda. He warns everyone about the synagogue of Satan, about these people putting on all this propaganda. Mark Zuckerberg, so look, this false Jew right here. So, no. We gotta have the red and blue, even in these paintings. So, do you know how Jesus Christ is the Son of God? Son of God sums to 41, like crucify, like we used to go to earlier. But he's also God's son. That sums to 93, 30. Dying at 30, the sun equals 30. And Saturn equals 93. God's son also equals 33. The sun is 93 million miles away. So God's son equals 33. He dies at 33. Do you see how this is by the numbers event? Which means, yes, Jesus existed or not, regardless. He could have died at any other age. This is all a by the numbers story given to you by the Catholic Church, who puts on all sorts of propaganda by numbers. Again, they're saying Jesus looked like this. This is a clear definition of propaganda. Why does every single picture in Wikipedia show Jesus looking like this? Because it is propaganda software meant to program you. Any kid, you have to think of the youth. Because that's what it all goes back to. The kids are trying to program the young because they're our future. So, some child is going to come up on this Wikipedia. thinking it's all legit, reading about Jesus Christ, and all they see is pictures of this. All they see is a bunch of propaganda, a bunch of symbolic photographs, Jesus in a lot of red and blue, repping the pillars of Freemasonry. They're saying this man lived in Israel, Bethlehem, looking like this European, So is Jesus really a European man? And then he moved, Joseph got a new job as a carpenter down in Bethlehem. So or not in Bethlehem, but Nazareth. They had to move down there. Is that the story? There's absolutely no way you look like that coming from that area of the world. Jesus Christ was black, hair of wool, skin of bronze. This is not hair of wool and skin of bronze. Not at all. So I hope you're objectively seeing how there's all a bunch of Masonic propaganda, a bunch of red pillars of Freemasonry. There are so many pictures of Jesus Christ and all of the scenes. It's not that they can get some that don't have the red and blue, just like that, but they got to. We know about the Last Supper, Psalm 39, Reflection 93, 1, 2, 3. The Last Supper before the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3. Of course, 147. Freemason 147, Masonry 39. Death equals 60 in ALW Kabbalah. So the Last Supper before death has 60 gematria. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry 143. They call Jesus the Messiah 74. And just think, so are you understanding this? My argument here is not the existence of Jesus Christ or what he's about and all that. I told you what I thought about him, and I've always approved of Jesus. I've always liked Jesus. And it sucks that no one likes to be like him. Everyone's always trying to believe in him, but no one actually likes to be like him. And when he says believe in me, I really think that's what he means. It means, if you believe in someone, you kind of want to do what they're doing because you like what they're doing. So that's what he means, but no one wants to. Anyway, just think about how we have Jesus dying on the cross. He's the Messiah. All summoned to 74. This is a Masonic tale, a rendition. It's all Jewish. Jesus Christ was Jewish. Jesus Christ also sums to 74. All these 74s in Jesus. There's plenty more 74s, So many more related to Jesus. Machiavelli, 74. You don't know what that is. You copy that, paste that to a search engine. What do we get? Look at this. We get Tupac on a cross. Again, cross 74. See this? The Don Illuminati. Guys, this is Illuminati propaganda. Yes, it sounds good. He's a good artist, all that. But at the end of the day, it's all from the Illuminati, the federal government, released on 1/1/5, killing 1/115 in Jewish gematria and in reverse ordinal, and on 1/1/5, the Don Illuminati, the 7-day theory from Machiavelli, 74, killing 74, 115. You see? Unbelievable. Killing 74, 115. I don't mean to get off topic, but we might as well see how long from 13/9, 1996, because, again, Tupac Shakur, Sumsu 139. So on the 13th of September, 1996, gets murdered by the federal government in a play, really just faked his death by the numbers. Well, the shooting happened days before, the propaganda story, but anyway. Freemason 96. The Freemasons put this on by the numbers. You know, shooting 53. 53 days later. 7 weeks and 4 days. Are you understanding this? Are you understanding how the Zionist Jews, again, Jewish 74, Machiavelli 74, Jesus 74, Cross 74, we just had a 74 lesson, and they said, from the release date, from the day he died into the release date, 7 weeks, 4 days. This is definitive evidence of the Zionist Jews who run the recording industry practicing Kabbalah, using Gematria and Numerology. Again, this is Machiavelli's album, Killing, called the Don Illuminati, paralleling with Jesus Christ. All 74. I don't know what miracle sums to. I don't think it sums to 74. It sums to 47 reflection. Gospel 74. I mean, why does gospel then follow suit sum to 74? Guys, this is all from the Freemasons. They are crafting these religions, giving you these names, the gospel, and all of Luke and Matthew. Matthew 27, the first book of the New Testament, the 27-book New Testament. See this? 36:27, like Matthew, in first. It's all crafted by this gang. Sacrifice 46, Genesis 46 starts off with the sacrifice. We all know about the 666 Greek isopsy riddle in Revelation. And then we see then how in the recording industry they do the same type of crap inside the propaganda. 7 weeks, 4 days. Let this sink in. Prophecy 6, or Revelation, the book of prophecy, the King James Bible 66 book long, recorded 6/6 to 7/8, Judgment 78, Scotch Rite 78. But let's go back to Jesus Christ. I think that Tupac tie-in just shows you, again, Justin said, it's very clear that the killing of Jesus is their favorite ritual by the code. We just saw a very clear Jesus Christ ritual from the federal government right here. Machiavelli, Tupac. This is what their mind control is. Leaving books out on purpose of the Bible, depictions of Jesus being black and all these things, leaving things out. That should tell you enough that this is all, look at this. This is Zionist Jew right here. A 16, sitting on a Satan 64, a 1640 edition of the works of Josephus, a 1st century Roman Jewish historian who referred to Jesus. And they make sure to show you the long nose right here. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And the Jew curly hair. I mean, they're telling you right now, these false Jews from Revelation, putting on all this bullshit propaganda, editing the Bible by the numbers, crafting it all by the numbers. And I wonder what Josephus sums to. Sums to 113. Are you? Okay, so this Zionist Jew cabal runs the Scottish Rite Freemasons. Scottish 113, 32, 103. So we have Josephus 113, 32, 103 right here inside this propaganda. 113, the number for mainstream dishonesty. Baba Kamal 113A, and this guy's favorite book says it's okay for a Jew, this is a Jew, to circumvent a Gentile through deception in a legal setting. So that's why words like Scottish 113, dishonest rite Freemasonry. That's all it is. Scottish 113, dishonest 113, green screen 113, mainstream 113, perjury. Whoops, spelled that wrong. Perjury 113. Infidelity 113. These are all dishonest words. Not true 113. That's why Pixar puts 113A, you know, like Baba Kamal A113. Or Pixar puts A113 inside all their propaganda, their movies, because of Baba Kamal 113A. Why do you think they're doing that? Pixar is designed as Jews. That's why, Pixar is pillar. And think about how the X is just the L crossing on its side. The pillars of Freemasonry, the little trick. But anyway, we see how 113 is a dishonest number, and we have this right here on this Zionist Jew portrait, this bust. Famous and memorable works of Joseph. I just want to see why that famous. There's some big words right there. What are they putting on their face with that? New World Order 75, Saturn 21, 33. I don't do it with the V. 32. Scottish 32. Josephus 32. Symbol 2386. You can even do Pontius Pilate's name. Guys, you have to understand, we're not their names. Jesus Christ, that was not his name. This is a name given to him by these Zionist Jews. None of these names of these people are the exact names they are given. You're incanting something else. Pontius Pilate 60, like death. New World Order 177, 174, 75. Pontius Pilate, an actor for the New World Order. And of course he was. He was a Roman governor. Of course he was, guys. He was literally an actor participating in Zionist Jew federal government propaganda back in that time. If again he even existed. It is no different. This gang's been doing this shit forever, for at least millennia. When I say forever, I'm clearly exaggerating because people will argue with it. Oh no, they haven't been in for a million years. I'm like, obviously, and who knows? They could have been. I don't know. They've been in for a very long time. Instructing Pontius Pilate to put on propaganda by code. So clearly there's a lot here to decode. Why in Judea does this killing happen? Judea 39, 42. Saturn 93, 42. Moon 15, 21. And then then there's an eclipse when he's dying. Eclipse 39 for the eclipse. Did I even spell Judea right? Or is this just too easy to see? Judaea. Yes. Clearly just them putting out more propaganda. Saturn, Moon, eclipse. Dying at 33 again. Eclipse 120. Judea 120. You see this? They literally... This could only mean one thing. It is a tale by the numbers. Or these things could have happened and they renamed it all to make it work. If you want to really, you can't bring yourself to say that this is all complete, fabrication. But that's what I'm just trying to hone in. I was not there. I wasn't alive then, but you can clearly logically see how this is all a by the numbers tale. How Judea was some name given in the story by the Jewish Zionists and the Jesuit order who code all this shit by the numbers. These Scottish Rite Freemasons. The Illuminati with their blue and orange colors all the time. I mean, this is who's running all of this. They're showing you through all their symbols. The 12 different pictures in here. How long are we in this video? 24 minutes. That's good. I was, because there's just, information overload. I could sit here and go through every line, read each thing, and just talk about, because I'm just good at talking about all the propaganda that's in my face. But, you know, I gotta, like, pick out what's good enough to talk about. And I know I'm skipping through so much, but the best part is I can just keep making more videos. See this? See this? Crucifixion of Jesus Christ, 1, 2, 3. Up there, in that same point, I'll show you later if I remember. It was, they're talking about verse 11, chapter 23. 1, 2, 3, a number with Jesus. So we have A and W. 1 and 23. 1, 2, 3. Alpha and Omega. You know, it's probably all part of that whole riddle. The Alpha and Omega, and that's why they had to make Omega the 23rd letter. Like that, the 23rd letter in the English alphabet, which they crafted, had to look like the Omega. You know, it could all kind of be intertwined with this to make it just a 1, 2, 3. Conspiracy 1, 2, 3. You know, to me, it looks like Starbucks symbol. I know it's not, but it's what it reminded me of. Could they have parallels? Of course. Jesus and Islam. Major figure in Islam. Jesus is considered to be the messenger of God and the Messiah. Again, Messiah 74. Tupac dying 7 weeks, 4 days before his upcoming posthumous Machiavelli album. You know, they probably just recorded in the studio where he faked his death. Notice how Jesus the Son wearing the crown of thorns. I'm not sure they gave it to him yet in this picture, but he's wearing, I want to point out he's wearing red. Colors for sacrifice. That's what the Jesuit order wears that. That's what the Catholic Church wears that. Colors for the sun, more importantly, because that is the theme of the ritual. So, depiction of Jesus. I mean, I've already talked about. I mean, it's still highly controversial. I mean, it should be. People should be. I mean, everyone talks about it, but, you know, people should put their foot down, tell the Jesuit order to stop putting out propaganda. Stop leaving things out, altering things, making things different. So, I think we're going to end there, just to keep this video relatively decent length. Thanks again, Justin, for asking me to do this video, because once again, we find really good examples inside these pieces. I mean, between Tupac, between everything here, we see how it's all synced up. I was going to copy and paste Crown of Thorns. And notice how the is included. You have the code the. I'll just type it in. That's easy to spell. The Crown of Thorns, Sun Tzu 211, the 47 prime, Jesus 74 reflection, Jesus Christ 74, cross 74. You see? They have to give you the Crown of Thorns with the 74 connection with its reflections prime number. Mason and Jewish Gematria, Sun Tzu 211, by the way. 47 prime. I don't share that often. I used to talk about it all the time. That was one of the first examples I learned. Following Zach's channel back in the day. So you see how that sums to that. Blood sacrifice equals 8676. So we have blood sacrifice numbers in the Crown of Thorns. The Bavarian Illuminati 221, branding the propaganda. We get blood sacrifice numbers inside here. Oh, and I do want to talk about the power of Christ and the Holy Spirit. So my whole take on that is that there is like a real power, like entity, spirit like that exists. I just think like it's just like a one entity, and like you can call it the Holy Spirit or the power of Christ. And it is in a way, but it's also like I think something deeper. Like it's just again like a big, deeper meaning behind it, but they just kind of branded it with just like these basic concepts that they give you through religion and try to make it their own. People getting all these miracles and happening, and to them and everything. Like so many people, I think it's all like one central fountain of benevolence or something. But it also has other sides to it too, and everyone has their own name for it. Crown of Thorns, some 264 like kill, 163 38th prime. Death, killing, murder 38. He was murdered with a crown of thorns on his head. Death 20. You have the 20th prime right here. So 38, 20 right here. Tragedy 88, connecting the time. And then 188, Bavarian Illuminati 188. 80. So you have 20th prime, 38th prime. I'm going to write up death. If I can spell it right. Do that again. 38, 20. He was sentenced to death with the crown of thorns in his head. So why does crown of thorns, I mean, just think about it. Why does death have these numbers? He was put to death with this on his head. And then we have the prime number relationships for the main numbers in English ordinal, in the reverse ordinal, and the four reduction. And the four reduction doesn't even change the method. They keep the 20 right here. I'm just showing so many definitive examples of how the story of Jesus Christ is crafted by the code. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to deny or denounce anything. I'm just showing you objectively how this is all, it's not the work, it's not God doing all this. I mean, I hope that's not anyone's conclusion, that this is all God coding all this. I'm just decoding God, and God does all this. Yeah, there's an organic matrix to this. I'll definitely love the link. Zenith of the Alpha America's video. I'd like to thank him again for putting out that video. He did one on Coco the Gorilla, Robin Williams, and Coco Vandeweghe, and how they're all definitely linked up by this gang and their propaganda, the deaths of Robin Williams and Coco the Gorilla. Then he also showed how when I put out the video, it synced up well, and that was just all organic, because I could have made that any other day. So there's an organic layer to this for sure. But everything I showed you is clearly not organic at all. It's clearly a bunch of Zionist Jew propaganda. Jesus Christ is another unfortunate person to be tainted by the federal government's propaganda. And that's just on the basis that he was a real black man, but they had to, make the story their own. Again, I can't sit there and just claim that, oh yeah, everything 100% about him was true. How can I say that when I absolutely have no idea? And most of the information about him is from the federal government. And that just already adds insult to injury as is. It's either from their edited Bible, it's from their Gutenberg Bibles they're printing out, they're making. It's from Wikipedia. It's from the church. It's from some shit from the Freemasons. So you get information on Christ. It needs to change. You just start out by getting rid of this false identity. Do you see the mocking? The guy warning about the false Jew, they make him look like a false Jew. Calling him a false Jew. He's not the king of the Jews. He's false, In reality, he's just trying to change the world, spread the truth. And they don't like it. That's the whole story. It's a giant mocking. It's saying that there's a bunch of Zionist Jew assholes. I mean, guys, the Bible talked all day long about these Zionist Jew assholes. The Pharisees, the Sadducees, the people in the synagogue. Guys, what do you think those people are? Those are the federal government. And that is just what they're calling them in the Bible. It's no different than me sitting and talking about how the federal government, the Zionist Jews, are putting all this bullshit propaganda by the numbers. When you read the Bible and they're talking down against the Pharisees and there's people high up and the tax collectors and all that, they're talking about the same exact gang of tyrants. And who was against that bullshit? Jesus Christ was. Or, as I've known, who knows? There's so many sides of Jesus that I don't know, that no one knows. Red and blue pills are Freemasonry perfectly in all these photos, all these paintings. Not photos. But no, this gang, they'll come out with this, be like, yeah, it's the real photo of Jesus Christ, and some boy will believe it. Okay, so I was gonna end there. I'm scanning through if anything that pops out that I want to talk about. But I hope I got my message across. I hope you all just saw it as all by the numbers. That's just the whole point. It's like you see how it shows by the numbers. How can you expect me to sit here still and just be like, oh no, this is all 100% gospel truth. Like this is how God had made it all. But it's all clearly coded by this gang using their same exact pattern. Always pairing 33 with 74. Why is the 33rd state sum to 74? Jesus Christ State, Oregon. Pontius Pilate, this theatrical stage performer for the Zionist Jews, no different than Donald Trump. Sun equals 29, 36 in ALW. Pilate equals 27, like sun. His name sums to the same thing as sun. It's a sun ritual. Pontius sums to 33, 39 like eclipse. Are you kidding me? Do you see how this is a by the numbers propaganda event? Pontius 33, 39 in Judea, 39. Jesus Christ dying at 33 for the eclipse, 33, 39. Pilate, sun. This is a sun ritual. We're talking about the Son of God, God's Son dying. We know how he's synced up with Horus. The story of Jesus Christ is the same occult son story told again and again. We all get that part. So you see in the gematria that in numerology is the numbers for sun, all been under propaganda. The story of Jesus is a sun ritual. This is I can't say anything else. Doesn't mean you have to stop believing in Jesus or anything like that. It just means that this is a fabricated story. No, it doesn't conclude that the person himself was fake or didn't exist. It just means the story around him is completely by numbers. But from there, you can then, if you want to assume or hold the belief that then it's all completely crafted tale, you have the absolute 100% right to do that. Because, it clearly is all by the numbers. But at the end of the day, it's like no one knows. Guys, this is thousands of years ago. And everything you know is based off what they're telling you through the media, through the church, through the Bible. That's all you have. Netflix propaganda all about Jesus. That's all you have. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's all faith. At the end of the day, it's your faith. And I'm not here knocking anyone's faith. I'm just showing you about Biden's propaganda. And how if you really do care about your faith, then why are you still supporting the Catholic Church, the Jewish Zionists, the Jesuit tyrants who are completely skewering the identity of Jesus Christ, from his looks to his background to everything, making it all by the numbers, fitting some play they're putting on. Oh, God the Son. I wonder what that sums to. If you really cared about your faith, you would want to get to the bottom of Jesus Christ. God the Son, 37, dying at 33 years old in 33 AD, born in 4 BC, 37 years old, they're saying. Again, everyone's saying he's dying at 33. So does it skip from 4 BC to 0? I don't know. Again, I don't know. I thought it goes from 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm sure it does. I'm again just giving the skeptics the benefit of the doubt there, but I mean they're clearly quoting 37, 34, 30 with 30 and 33. You know, I feel like you can try to argue your way out of all this the best you can, but you can't. I mean, get kill numbers, Thelema 44, 28. See, Thelema 28, 44. Reverse single reduction, 35. Got the sun, sums to those. And here we have Catholic, sums to 35, like Thelema, 3546, Thelema, 3564. You know, virtually all modern scholars of antiquity agree that Jesus existed historically. Although the crest for historical Jesus has produced little agreement on the historical reliability of the Gospels and on how closely the Jesus portrayed in the Bible reflects historical Jesus. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I've said in the beginning of this video, I never denied Jesus' existence. I've always, thought it's pretty logical for someone like him to exist, pretty practical. I'm not just going to say, oh, he never existed. And, of course, guys, most of these modern scholars are just employees for federal government, but that's with anything. But they're saying here, the gospel, the Bible, the things written about him from this Zionist Jew cabal don't reflect the historical Jesus. A Galilean Jew. Guys, Galileo tying in all this as well. Galileo with, Galilee. Guys, it's all the same shit. Some Satisfactory Square. Galilean 47, reflection of 74. Jesus sums to 61 and 74. The Galilean. That's what. That is what I'm saying. The entire story about him is a by the numbers propaganda event. Jesus sums to 34, 74. It's 3 of the numbers in Galilean. You seeing this? And of course, Galilean 103 to 27 prime, like sun. Sun 27. I mean, how many more pieces of evidence you need to see? Rabbi. I'm not sure that might tie in too. Rabbi 103, the 27 prime, like Galilean. Sun 27. Are you seeing this? Circle 40. This is by the numbers. And again, see how we can find all this so easily? Because this is a formatted piece of propaganda from the Scottish Rite Freemasons. That is why. Why do you think I call Wikipedia a propaganda software application? Because that's 110% exactly what it is. It is software that literally has an entire vault of coded propaganda at your fingertips. That's why this research is so easy to do. You can literally do a video on any. I can literally make millions of videos because there's millions of pieces of propaganda, and there's links and references onto all of them. So I can make millions upon millions of videos. Technically, if you think about it, we all can. That's why we can all just start making a bunch of videos exposing this. We have so many examples, so much content to decode. So we're going to end there. In John 18:1, 181, the 42nd prime. I don't know what they're talking about. Probably should have read that. Son of Man. I saw Son of Man. Just do all of Jesus Christ's nicknames. That's all you got to do. Son of Man 34. See? Son of Man 34. 307 in Jewish Gematria, which is just 37. The 63rd prime. Reflection 36. 119, like Saturn. Like All-Seeing Eye, like Star David. Death 38. Killing 43. Murder 34. Death 97 to 25th prime. Time 25. But Jesus 34. Jesus Christ 43. Jesus, see, 34. Jesus Christ 43. The Son of Man 43. Every nickname we've typed in fits his pattern perfectly. Go find any of your other friends. Find their nicknames. Find people try to make things work. you'll struggle. But I haven't struggled a single time in this video. Just son. I haven't called Jesus son. Because he is playing the role of the son. No different than how Donald Trump's playing the role of Saturn Keeper of Time. They take a historical figure, Jesus, who probably did some cool stuff, who was actually probably a good person, and they turn it into some sun ritual by the numbers. Sun 33, dying at 33. In 33 AD for the eclipse 33, moon 15, 12, 21. See, reflection of 12. Again, they put this in quotes to make sure that they let you know what the riddle is inside this piece of propaganda. Messianic secret. Guys, this is a messianic agenda that you're living out from the Zionist Jews. Of course. Messianic equals 151. 61, like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This is so coded. Jesus Christ 151, Jesus 61. You see this? And then Messianic 151, the 36 prime. Again, an ALW, sun 36. Sun 360 degrees, circle and all that. 61. You seeing this? Messianic Secret 63. We had the 63 prime not long ago. There's not a lot of 99s. If you want to rewatch this video and try to look for the 99s, there's a bunch. If you're at 13, you get 99. 66 upside down, but there might be something just more central with 99. Sun 9. It could be them just magnifying 9. Again, that's honestly, I think, what they're going for with this, because there's been a lot of 99s, and I regret not calling them out. It's been at least that was at least the third one right there. Sabbath, that's going to be coded with all this. Sabbath, this is more of a deviation from that, but Sabbath is 17, like God. God 17, the Sabbath days where you yell for God. I mean, it's perfect. Honestly, kind of being more perfect. Sacrifice 46 for God. I mean, it's just sacrifice also 17. Prodigal son, propaganda from the federal government. You can do it yourself. See how it's all coded. Trying to be objective as possible this video. Got all the 37s. They're saying born 4 AD, dying. I'm still going to say he died at 33. Because even then, being born in 4 BC, dying at 30 AD, you could still be 33. Going to turn 34 dying. But, I'm just making sense of what they're putting on in this propaganda. With the zodiac behind him, also the sun. So this is about close to an hour-long video. Nice. But I'm glad I got all this information in. It's honestly the least I can do for Justin. Always dropping great comments. A great friend of mine here on this channel. There's another reason why I like putting out all this information. Y'all all inspire me to keep putting this out. He understands what's going on, and he wants to see my take on it. And I hope I gave a good take. And the best part about the whole thing? Because look how long this piece of propaganda is. I can make dozens of videos. Look at all these references. I can make dozens of videos on this. That's why I have no problem ending this video right now. I know I got some good information in. And this knowledge, you can just make more videos. You can put up more information. And if they delete my channel, guess what? I can come back on this piece of propaganda and make the same exact video. That's just the beauty of this research. It's just the easiest thing to do. Medieval Hebrew literature contains the anecdotal episode of Jesus. What's that? We'll have to maybe do a video on that if I do more research on it. But Sun see 21 like Saturn, Moon 57, reflection 75, death 60, and it's 168. It's interesting. The Sun equals 87. The Sun and then Saturn right here, 21. The Sun, 87. 75. See? Episode of Jesus, 75, 87. And what are they putting right here? Medieval Hebrew literature contains anecdotal episode of Jesus, known also as Toledot Yeshu, in which Jesus is described as being the son of Joseph, the son of Pandera. The account portrays Jesus as an imposter, a false Jew. Of course, the Jewish account, make him look like a false Jew, and then their Messiah hasn't come yet. Their Messianic, it's just, it's just like this gang is just making these conflicting stories all for their controlled opposition. I find it interesting how Society of Jesus, Subsidy 56, like Toledot Yeshu, Prophecy 52. But if 13 times 13, 169, Freemasons 155. But there's always something central. Even this 155, I want to do more research on this because I don't know why I remember this being more central to this. But I don't like to go off like what I try to remember. I just be like just on the ball, so like I don't confuse anybody. We'll just do Trinity. Trinity 4370. Are you seeing this? 74. Jesus Christ is part of the Holy Trinity. 74, 47, 115, 43. Jesus Christ 43, 74. How many more examples does someone possibly need? Everything we've been decoding from here has been fitting the pattern completely. How many more 74s do you need to see? It's clear this is what's going on. Yes, if you're going to question everything you've learned and you've taught, this is the time to do it. This is the time to know that you've been lied to your entire life. And if you really care about your faith, are you going to keep believing the scripted propaganda narrative, or are you going to really try to find the truth about this and hold the tyrants putting on this propaganda accountable for defamation and slander? That's my 2 cents. If you really want to keep believing what you've been told and taught and believe all this is true, 100%, no nonsense, it's what God all wrote and intended. If you want to keep that path, you're doing Jesus a disservice. You're doing the world a disservice. We're all Christ at the end of the day. We're all God at the end of the day. It's all this one world. We're all all flowing through, all divine. And you want to really put that all to shame because you want to continue to believe a Zionist Jew, Jesuit, fictional tale. A sun ritual by the numbers. To me that's very disgraceful. So I hope this video wakes up a lot of Christians and non-Christians alike to uncover more truth about the world they live in. That's the entire part of Jesus. He's about the way, the truth, the life. That's his motto. I'm the way, the truth, the life. Okay, so stop believing this propaganda. I mean, look, all the faces he's making. Every time you see Jesus now, think about it. He's like, oh, in the future, everyone's going to believe all this propaganda about me. And it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. He's trying his best to preach. He's sitting on a rock. You see all these people coming. He says, listen to me. Fuck the Zionist Jews. Fuck the tyrants at the top. You just got to be kind to your brother. Help one another. Live like me. Believe that we're all going to be saved if we just continue to benefit one another, help each other. For God, for the world. This world is God. As in the workings of it, the natures of it, The action, everything's cause and effect, action, reaction. That is what, God is everywhere, everything. And Jesus is trying to tell everyone to take care of the world, to take care of themselves and each other. And stop believing the propaganda from those in the synagogues. He was telling his disciples, hey, fuck the Freemasons. We're going to continue to preach good word to the people. See, this man is sick. We should stop being some arrogant, rich, Zionist Jew piece of shit. And how about you help the people that are lesser than you, you fucking prick? That's what Jesus is fucking saying, just in a better way. But that is what he's saying. He's saying stop being a piece of shit. That is literally his message. But he knew that the Zionist Jews in the synagogue, he knew the synagogue of Satan is going to program all the goy. Jesus, I heard that Jesus once said that, the non-Jews are just goy, that they're not worthy or anything like that. Guys, Jesus Christ subscribed to the Zionist Jew. He was a Jew. The Jewish teachings he subscribed to. But that does not mean that he's against all the people. At least not what I think. But guys, again, I also entertain the fact that he very well could have been a Zionist Jew, just acting, not giving a fuck about the people at all, and then giving you some fake story. And I'm just saying that because, again, I was not there. And we see all this all coded tale. So you can only believe what you want to believe. But, from what I just seen about Jesus Christ, I think he just did not like his gang. And they murdered him. Of course, that's what the story's trying to even tell you. Wake up from the tyranny. Wake up from the tyrants. If he died for your sins, okay, he died so you would stop falling for the bullshit federal government propaganda. She doesn't want Jesus to leave. He says, hey, I'm done here. I've taught you how to stop falling for bullshit nonsense. I taught you where the truth is. So now it's up to you. See, it's up to her, Mary Magdalene, to then tell the world the truth. He's employing her with the knowledge. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but you know what I mean. Jesus Christ came. He said. He left. And it's up to the world now. It's up to the people now until he comes again. Because, the sun coming and setting, coming back. Until he comes again. To take out these Zionist Jews like this fucker. So I hope that made sense to any of you here. I hope that wasn't a long rant or ramble. But again, I can't stress enough. We need to do better. As a human race. Clearly, everyone's sucked into this shit, the news, Donald Trump, all these distractions, instead of just caring about making the world a better place for their neighbor, which is what Jesus Christ is all about. And then, this actor, fucking Pontius Pilate, the Zionist Jews telling them to crucify him. Who cares what the people say? This is a sun ritual. We're in Judea, Mr. Pontius Pilate with the synced up name. So we got put in this sun ritual by the numbers. And Jesus just had to do it because God told him to. Because he knew that if he did it, maybe the goy will fucking wake up and finally see the type of bullshit they live under. But guess what? They haven't woken up. So do you want Jesus' death to be in vain, to continue to sleep and not give a fuck and continue to be programmed by this gang? See? Perfect picture. Fuck this dude. The young rich ruler, can't even help this sick man. No, I'm gonna give my coins to him. Fuck you. This Zionist Jew piece of shit. The stupid red little hat is blue. Your pills wearing the pills of Freemasonry also. It's like some fucking child actor you see on Disney Channel. Right here, some rich actor for the Zionist Jews. Can't even help someone in need. And instead of Jesus calmly saying, you got to do this, man. The compassion on his face. Compassion. That's what so many people are lacking in this world. Jesus Christ is all about compassion. I think about how many little people in this world, how many people that claim to be Christian, but they have no compassion. This Zionist Jew right here, this piece of shit boy, no compassion. That's what a lot of Americans are seeing. A lot of Americans are him. And we should be like Jesus Christ, telling people like him to get their head out their ass and stop falling for all the nonsense propaganda. You know, wearing his Gucci and his fucking Prada, probably driving around his fucking, you know, his McLaren and shit. All companies run by these Zionist Jews. Doesn't give a fuck about this man, though. All materialism, you know. Jesus Christ was against that shit. See it right here. Well, now we're at an hour long, but I'm glad I sat here for an hour. Man, a video about Jesus deserves an hour. If you made it this far, great. That's awesome for you, and I'm really happy that you do enjoy my work enough to sit through all this. And if you're watching the parts, it's equally good. And if you made this far, you're like, this guy is crazy, he's nuts. I mean, I don't know what else to show you. You know, Zionist Jews giving you your calendar, the Catholic Church. I mean, you got 113 right here, the 113, Jesus Christ. Peace out.